Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching my film How to Catch an Atheist. As a special bonus feature for my subscribers, I wanted to offer a director's commentary. I love director's commentaries. I think they're a lot of fun. I'm going to be using this one to talk a little bit about how I came up with the story. You'll hear a little bit about my filmmaking process, and I'm also going to share a really hot take about Calvinism that I think you'll want to stick around for. So sit back and let's talk a little bit about how we made this crazy movie. Here we go.
There's an atheist among us.
So, like a lot of you, I've been thinking a lot about what's been happening to the church in America the last 10 years, specifically the growing fixation on them. Whoever they are, there's always a them. And a lot of people, myself included, have been realizing this us versus them mindset has been baked into the collective evangelical imagination for decades now. It goes back to the Cold War, I think, and the Scopes monkey trial, right? And so I thought it'd be really funny to take that us versus them ethos and try to satirize it.
To be a Christian party, yet one of you thinks that God is imaginary and that I'm stupid. Hey, friend, a word?
So we had one day to shoot this movie. The script was 11 pages long. Most professional film crews, if you're working on feature films, they'll shoot like 5 pages a day. If you're working on network TV, they'll often shoot more, 10 or sometimes way more, but you're working with much bigger crews. And this was just me and my wife and I and our little dog, of course. So how do you still get something good done in just one day, right? That's the good question. So the only way I know how to do that is by having a really strong plan. You'll see here, I'm going to put these up on the screen. I made what are called overhead diagrams for every shot in the movie. They taught us to make these when I was at film school at Chapman, and they are a lifesaver. They will help you really practically plan out where the camera is going to be and also how many setups you're going to have in one day. The cast call was 9 a.m. in the morning on a Saturday, and we had our first shot off at exactly 9:30 a.m. Yeah. And we filmed the entire 11-page script in one day, and we wrapped at 8:40 p.m. that night.
You think you're maybe overreacting? Of course not.
So we used hanging tinsel on my thesis at Chapman. It's a really cheap way to make your walls more visually interesting. And when I was thinking about how to divide up the rooms, I thought of that. It works really good for the story, and I really love connecting Sarah's character with gold, right? But what was also perfect is that it blocked out our view of the living room. So I decided to shoot all the living room scenes first, except for the ending, and then just do the scenes in the kitchen. What that allowed me to do is, as we finished each scene in the kitchen, I was able to wrap out actors and send people home. That's a really important thing, especially when you have people who are giving you their time to be in your film. You want to be respectful of that. That's Cam, who plays Mike. I love the way he plays this scene. He was such a gentleman from the moment he applied for this part to the day we wrapped. Thank you so much, Cam. You're awesome. And this is my friend Abdullah. We met at a party at a film festival, and he is a real cowboy, ladies and gentlemen. He has been volunteering at a horse ranch for almost a decade now, I'm guessing. And I actually got to go out there with him last summer, and he showed me how to ride a horse, which was terrifying, but I felt fine because Abdullah was there with me, and he's the real deal. And he's also an amazing guy, and as you can tell, he is a really, really talented actor. He could definitely be like the new millennial Clint Eastwood. So watch out for them.
I'm so sorry.
It's cool. I get it. Nobody likes.
So one of the challenges of making a whole movie in your apartment is how do you make it visually progressive? Just because you're making a movie at one location doesn't mean you can't just tell a visual story. I've always believed that the audience doesn't really need geographic or physical continuity as much as they think they do. What I think we all really want is emotional continuity. So you might notice that this scene, even though we're back in the kitchen, it feels different than the first kitchen scene, right? It is deliberately meant to feel warmer, to kind of give us a sense that even though this guy is not a Christian, he is still a safe person. And this is important because if she is disarmed, and we see her being shown some compassion, and she has a chance to lower her walls, but then decides not to, we kind of understand that she is choosing the fate that swallows her up in the end, right? I did not want the ending of this movie to feel inevitable. I don't believe anyone's fate is inevitable. That is Michael Edmund Turner, who plays Chris. He's an amazing actor. He was just absolutely amazing to have on set, and he was so great to work with, and he's so talented, and he came all the way down from New York just to do this little movie. So Michael, thank you so much. You are so awesome. I would love to work together again. Thank you.
So Christians think Jesus is coming back too.
I love Kelly's performance here. Any day now.
Do you think now that the Pope's from Chicago, Italy will finally...
Christopher.
Okay, so this shot of Michael that's coming up here, and then the music was inspired by A Clockwork Orange. And now it's time for a hot take that I have been waiting years to get off my chest. Are you guys ready? I don't know if you're ready. So my hot take is I don't understand why more Reformed Calvinist bros aren't huge Stanley Kubrick fans. If there was ever a filmmaker who so aptly illuminated the depravity of mankind, it would be Stanley Kubrick. His body of work often explores the corruption of human institutions and the ugliness of the human soul. Paths of Glory is probably the least cynical, so A Clockwork Orange, The Shining, Dr. Strangelove, among many, many others. And for a secular director, he also made room for spirituality and for transcendence. You see that in The Shining and, of course, certainly in 2001: A Space Odyssey. So if you're watching this and you're a Calvinist, maybe check out Stanley Kubrick. I think his point of view on the world would give you a lot to think about. It's given me a lot to think about. And you'd see some damn good movies.
Find the guy with the purple pen. He's the one who wrote it.
Sarah. I know who it is.
Me too. Everyone, I need your attention.
So I decided to go handheld here because I thought it would just kind of keep us feeling on edge. It brings kind of a sense of unpredictability and uncertainty, and I thought that just sort of felt right. And that's why the rest of this movie is all basically handheld.
I'm so out of here.
I see you at the gym, bro.
The gold is more subdued here on purpose than the first scene.
Well, I said someone here wrote the note.
Like she feels like deflated, like her polish is gone.
Wasn't my intention to be deceptive. I was trying to be helpful. What if someone here needed to accept Jesus into their heart tonight?
Okay, everyone, case closed. Let's play a game.
You guys play a game.
So this scene turned out amazing. I have absolutely no way to thank Brandy for coming in. Brandy's character turned out to be the hardest person to cast. 3 days before we were supposed to shoot, I texted Kelly, our lead actress, and was like, hey, so I really need someone who can come in and play your best friend. And she got back to me right away with the guardian angel of this movie, Brandy. She was amazing. She was so good. She added so much depth to the cast and the whole role. So with all my heart, Brandy, thank you so much. So the prayer that she does wasn't actually in the script until the night before we shot it. When I was workshopping the scene with Kelly, I was explaining the blocking I wanted, and I told her I wanted us to see and feel with her, her hardening her heart. And after talking with her about it, I realized that it wasn't quite enough for us to see her feelings. We needed to see her make the wrong choice, and we needed to see what kind of person she chooses to become. So fun fact, the phones in the shot coming up are all CGI. We didn't have the budget for prop phones, and I was worried that it would take too long to borrow people's phones and set up the shot. I don't think every director needs to understand visual effects to be good at what they do, but you never know when understanding VFX can save you 20 minutes on set. So I remember when I finished the script, I was really proud of the ending I designed, but then of course the next moment comes of like, oh my God, how am I going to find the right person who can really pull this moment off? And absolutely miraculously, God brought me the amazing one and only Kelly Honey. She was such an amazing collaborator. She worked so hard at making this moment feel so real and powerful and earned. With all of my heart, Kelly, thank you so much. You made this movie a masterpiece. Thank you. Oh, fun fact, the fire here is a combination of old-fashioned digital compositing and some AI on a clean plate that we use, and then plus some CG haze. So as the credits roll, you'll see the most important credit on this movie, which is my wife, the amazing Olivia Mowry. She was absolutely amazing. She gave great notes in the first draft. She also gave great notes on multiple cuts of the film before you guys all saw it. And she's also an amazingly talented filmmaker herself. So with all my heart, thank you so much, my love. I couldn't do what I do without you. Thank you. And thank you so much to all of you. That was a lot of fun for me. I hope you liked it too. If you liked this movie, please tell a friend, and I'll see you next time.